Superannuation is a $3.7 trillion industry, and in this financial climate, planning for your future has never been more important. For why you should care, no matter your age, let's bring in Kate Farrar and Kelly Barnes of Brighter Super. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. Kate, why did you guys decide to be a major sponsor this year?
Yeah, well, it's actually our very first Beef Week. We're quite excited. Brighter Super was created through putting together three funds, the local government, energy industry and Suncorp Super Fund. And we are really proudly Queensland's focused superannuation fund. We operate all over Queensland and we love to invest in Queensland. We've got $1 billion already invested and we're looking to invest, at least another half of that, I have to say. In fact, this morning we were out at the Regional Livestock Exchange out at Gracemere, which is one of our assets. Fantastic to be able to see something that makes such a difference to this community, to Rockhampton, this area, but also to the beef community as a whole. So when we looked at it, we just thought we are Brighter Super for Queensland, and there's certainly nothing more Queensland than beef.
Correct. Now, I'm not going to retire for decades, I hope, or maybe I don't hope, who knows. Why should I care about my super at this age?
Yeah, look, like everything, the more interested you get in whatever you're doing early, the better your outcomes are. And some of it can make a really significant difference when you actually get to retirement. So you don't necessarily have to do big things early on, but you get the value of compound interest or compound returns over time, and they can make very, very significant differences to people's balances. Things like, are you taking enough risk? Can you put some extra money in? Are you making sure that you're with a fund that has great performance or good fees like Brighter Super?
Now, how can you find out what is the amount you need to be comfortable at any age, Kelly, and what other factors influence that estimate?
Yeah, so a great place to find out how much you need is ASFA. So ASFA is the Association of Superannuation Funds Australia, and they survey retirees once per quarter to see how much they're spending in retirement. So you can find their website online, and it has a great resources of lots of information about how much you need to retire with, and also how much the average person might spend per year for a comfortable or a modest lifestyle. Another great place to find out that information is talking with us at Brighter Super. So we, again, have a wealth of services that you can go to and use. One of our great services is our financial advisors, and so they can do projections and see how much you need for your personal circumstance as well. But definitely things to consider would be understanding how much you need in retirement, what your pre-retirement income is as well, and understanding your lifestyle. Is it a comfortable lifestyle, a more modest lifestyle? Are you going to be travelling, or are you staying closer to home? And then working with a financial advisor to work that out together.
Kate, say I don't have the money to make extra contributions. How can I make a difference?
Yeah, as with everything, you can make a difference just by getting engaged with it. One of the most important things that you can do is to look at your investment option and just make sure that you are actually taking the right amount of risk. So if you're younger, you don't have extra money to put in, it's really important that you do have enough growth assets in your investment options. It is also important, as I said earlier on, to look at the fees of the fund that you're with. Brighter Super is one of the top 3 industry funds for lowest fees in Australia, actually, and it's something we work really hard on because we know that it makes a difference to members' balances at retirement. And performance matters, so pick one that has good performance as well.
If we look at life stages, how important is it to assess and update as you go through?
Yeah, life does change as you move through it, and even think about, for example, the different financial position that you find yourself in if you're somebody with a couple of kids, or when you're an empty nester, that very different circumstances, and we recognise that. So one of the things that makes a difference is, as I said, the investment option, whether it has enough growth in it. Younger people should definitely have a growthier, they might like a growthier option, whereas as you get past retirement and a little bit older, you might like something that's a bit conservative. So it is very important to consider that. We have financial advisors who are the experts in this area, and they can certainly help members, but there are financial advisors in every community around Queensland, and it's important, I think, to talk to the experts.
Kelly, we know Aussies have truckloads of lost super. How do you find it? Merge it.
Yes, great question, and everyone asks this as well. So a great way to do it is, the easiest way I think, is jumping in, if you're a Brighter Super member, jumping into your member online account and consolidating through your Brighter Super account. Otherwise, you can do it through MyGov. So in MyGov, there's an ATO portal, which you can go ahead and see all your super funds in a couple of clicks of a button. 3 minutes, you're in, you're done. But there are some important considerations. So things like understanding that if you do leave another super fund, any insurance attached to that super fund may also be cancelled. So you want to check what you've got with your current super fund and what the insurance is there, but also any tax implications, any fees associated with doing that as well. So there are really important considerations there.
Occupation-specific insurance cover, how important is that?
It is really important to make sure that you have the right level of cover for your specific situation. A great example is an outdoor construction worker would have a different level of cover for someone that's in comparison to someone that's working indoors, to make sure that if they get injured or hurt, they're covered for the right level of risk that they have in their job.
Now, Kate, what happens if I don't nominate a beneficiary for my super?
Yeah, beneficiaries are so important and really the forgotten part of superannuation.
Do a lot of people not nominate one?
Yeah, there's quite a few actually, and one of the things that people don't necessarily realise is that the superannuation law is different from just general law. It's quite specific, and so superannuation doesn't form part of your estate. If you don't nominate a beneficiary, then the superannuation trustee actually has to decide where the superannuation is to go, and it's under a certain specific set of rules that are in our Act and also in our trust deed. And so if you really want to make sure that if something happens to you, your wishes are met, it's very important that you nominate a beneficiary. It's been interesting actually, we've even had somebody come and fix up their nominated beneficiary at Beef Week.
Oh, so great. So everyone can pile down, fix it up.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
guys will merge it, add their beneficiaries, do the whole lot, right?
That's the spirit, yeah.
Yeah. Now, just lastly, how can financial advisors assist?
Yeah. Look, you wouldn't build a bathroom without a plumber. I think you'd say the same thing about a financial plan. And financial advisors are the ones who can really help you get from the start of your financial life to the end of it in the best possible way, and take into account not just your current circumstances, but what you want, what your preferences are, that sort of thing. So we think it's really important to consult a financial advisor. Brighter Super does have for members a range of different types of financial advice, from very modestly priced to, well priced. But we support all financial advisors because we really think that everybody needs to, retire, get to their retirement for their best possible retirement with the benefit of expert advice.
Well, finally, you two came on with Brighter Super for Brighter Super People's Day and Beef. What's been the best part of the experience?
The TV.
You will go far. Thank you very much for your time, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Well, we are off to the break, but the next you want to hear from this man. He's looking into the Virgin Bull and the Busted Pizzle.